What does he focus on? I'll tell you what he's focused on. Shower heads.
You wash your hands, and in my case, I like to take a nice shower to take care of my beautiful hair. I have to stand under the shower for 15 minutes till it gets wet.
It's funny, I was just thinking that he actually became president. He could have done good things. Instead, he had to do it all wrong.
Robert De Niro, the fearless Hollywood icon, shocked everyone live on Jimmy Kimmel's show. With brutal honesty, he exposed dark secrets about Donald Trump and Karoline Leavitt. What De Niro revealed sent a chilling wave through the audience, and it's only the beginning. In a moment that's already making headlines, Robert De Niro and Jimmy Kimmel just lit up live TV with a bombshell revelation about Donald Trump and Karoline Leavitt.
In all fairness to the former president, is that true? Do you have to use a teleprompter when speaking about President Trump? Or are you able to just kind of riff on your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he's so stupid.
Karen.
Do you know if Mr. Musk took the same oath that you and other senior advisors to the president took about adhering to the Constitution, following the law? Do you know if he took that oath?
I don't know the answer to that question, but like I told Caitlin, I can get back to you.
De Niro, known for never holding back, dropped truths that left the audience stunned. What exactly did he reveal? And why is it sending shockwaves through the political world today? When two legendary figures like Robert De Niro and Jimmy Kimmel call out powerful political names on live TV, it's not just entertainment, it's a warning shot that demands everyone's attention. De Niro, a two-time Oscar-winning actor, has never hidden his feelings about Donald Trump.
Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country.
Yeah, he's so stupid.
But what he just exposed about Trump and Karoline Leavitt is way deeper than anyone expected. This isn't just about politics, it's about honesty, trust, and the future of America. How did a young rising star like Karoline get tangled in such controversy? Why is De Niro risking everything to make sure the public hears this story? In a time when the world is craving real leadership and truth, moments like these force us to ask, who's really pulling the strings? And how far are they willing to go to hide the truth from you? Get ready, because what you're about to hear isn't just gossip. It's a bombshell that could change everything you thought you knew about Trump's next big move. The air inside the studio was electric when it happened. Jimmy Kimmel leaned in, smirking, while Robert De Niro, cool and fierce as ever, didn't hold back. Right there, in front of millions of viewers, De Niro called out Donald Trump. But not just Trump, he dragged Karoline Leavitt right into the fire. De Niro, with his intense stare, accused Trump of hiding behind puppets like Karoline, young, ambitious voices being used to mask his true intentions. He boldly claimed that Karoline wasn't just supporting Trump, she was being groomed to push dangerous narratives. The audience gasped. Even Kimmel looked stunned for a moment before letting out a nervous laugh. De Niro's voice grew sharper as he warned Americans, "Don't be fooled by new faces saying old lies." The energy shifted immediately. It wasn't just a joke anymore. It was a direct, serious warning broadcasted live. Why would De Niro risk saying this on national TV? What secret connections does he know about Karoline and Trump's future plans? And could this moment finally pull back the curtain on what's really going on behind closed doors? The audience's reaction was nothing short of wild. A stunned silence filled the air, quickly followed by an explosion of gasps, whispers, and hushed chatter. You could feel the tension build in the room as Kimmel leaned back, eyes wide, as if he couldn't believe what just unfolded. Was this just another joke, or had Robert De Niro just dropped a bombshell that would shake up the entire political landscape? Some viewers at home were left clutching their remote, unable to process what they had just witnessed. Was De Niro serious, or was it part of a bigger scheme to expose the manipulative games of Washington? As the cameras zoomed in on the studio audience, you could see some people frantically texting, trying to get the latest gossip. Others sat in shock, mouths agape, as they tried to make sense of the explosive claims. But here's the question on everyone's mind. Did De Niro just give us a glimpse into a deeper, darker side of American politics? And how will Trump, Karoline, and the rest of the world respond to this sudden live exposure? When the focus shifted to Donald Trump, the tension in the room reached a fever pitch. Robert De Niro didn't hold back. He launched into a scathing critique, exposing what many had suspected, but few dared to say out loud. With a confident tone, De Niro described Trump not just as a businessman, but as a master manipulator, weaving through the corridors of power with ease. This man, De Niro began, isn't just a former president. He's a symbol of everything that's wrong with the system. He knows how to play the game better than anyone. But at what cost? The crowd was visibly taken aback. De Niro's words felt like daggers, aimed directly at Trump's legacy. He revealed how Trump's dealings had often been shrouded in mystery, his political moves calculated and strategic, but potentially dangerous. It was a stark reminder that the world of politics isn't as glamorous as it seems. There's a reason why people like Trump get under the skin of so many, De Niro added, because they play by their own rules, not ours. Was this the ultimate blow to Trump's already tumultuous reputation? What would this revelation mean for his future?
When it comes to tariffs, the president has been very tough on China, not just now with 20% and more with the reciprocal tariffs that will hit on April 2nd. But look at what he did in his first term. There were billions of dollars worth of tariffs that he implemented on China, and it's quite telling that the previous administration did not rescind those tariffs because they realized the value that they had in not only deterring China, but also raising revenue here in the United States.
Karoline Leavitt, visibly shaken but determined, wasted no time firing back. Her voice cracked through the air as she stood up, asserting her stance with unmatched confidence. "I won't stand here and let anyone smear the reputation of Donald Trump," Karoline declared, her eyes narrowing as she shot a sharp glance at De Niro. "He is a man of strength, leadership, and resilience. Whatever you may think about him, he has done more for this country than anyone in recent history." The audience seemed divided, but Karoline's words struck a chord with many in the room. Her passion was undeniable, and her defense of Trump was both unwavering and bold. She continued, passionately describing how Trump's policies had transformed the economy, created jobs, and stood firm in the face of opposition. She even took the opportunity to call out the media for what she called their constant distortion of Trump's legacy. Despite her best efforts, however, it was clear that this confrontation had shifted the narrative. Karoline's defense only seemed to fuel the fire. Could this fiery exchange change the way we view Trump and his loyal supporters?
With that.
To be clear, Americans can make the decision for themselves, but whether it's the you said it's not war plans. Would you characterize these as military plans, military operation plans?
I would characterize this messaging thread as a policy discussion, a sensitive policy discussion, surely, amongst high-level cabinet officials and senior staff.
But the president said that Pete Hegseth said none of this was classified. So given the president has seen it now, and given the president understands that significant military plans are deemed classified as secret, how does the president view none of this, which details times and weapons and more, as being not classified?
I've already been asked and answered this question. The president's thoughts on this remain the same today as they were yesterday.
So, who really came out on top in this fiery exchange? Was it the legendary Robert De Niro, with his bold confrontation and searing honesty? Or was it Karoline Leavitt, standing firmly in defense of Trump's actions? Let's break it down. On one hand, De Niro's position brought undeniable weight. He's a Hollywood icon, known for his sharp wit and fearless opinions. His exposure of the political world's darker side struck a chord with viewers who've grown weary of political games. The actor's unapologetic honesty resonated with many who are frustrated with the status quo. On the other hand, Karoline's unwavering defense of Trump might have won over his loyal base. In a climate where many politicians and influencers distance themselves from controversy, Karoline doubled down, appearing as a stalwart figure who wouldn't bow to Hollywood's elite. For Trump's supporters, her stance might have felt like a victory in a battle against the liberal elite. Ultimately, it's clear that this moment didn't bring a clear-cut winner. Instead, it served as a flashing light on the ever-growing divide in American politics, where celebrities and politicians collide and sparks fly. So, what's the deeper meaning behind this explosive moment? It's not just about a fiery confrontation between Robert De Niro and Karoline Leavitt. This exchange highlights the growing tension between celebrity influence and political power. For years, celebrities like De Niro have used their platforms to call out politicians, but now it's becoming a battle of ideologies, one that feels more personal than ever. The real message here is about division. While De Niro, a figure associated with liberal ideals, blasted the political system, Karoline stood firmly as a representative of the Trump loyalists, refusing to back down. This clash isn't just between two individuals, it's a mirror of the larger rift in American society today. What's even more telling is the growing role of media in shaping our perceptions. Kimmel, Leavitt and Niro weren't just exchanging words, they were broadcasting their views to millions.
It's been weeks since Donald Trump took office, and so far it has been much worse than I think anyone thought it would be. We're friends with Russia now, we're dumping the Department of Education, we're forcing ourselves on Canada. The tariff of Nottingham is on quite a tear. Today, Trump announced an additional 25% tariff on all Canadian steel coming into the United States. There he goes again, trying to stop the steal.
In this digital age, every public moment is amplified, adding layers to our political and social divides. Could this be a sign of even more fiery clashes to come? It's hard to say, but it's clear that the lines are drawn and the stakes are higher than ever. As the dust settles, the big question remains. Will this explosive moment be the spark that ignites even more heated confrontations between celebrities and politicians? What's next for Karoline Leavitt, Donald Trump, and Robert De Niro?
Did you know that the Trump administration has freed more than half of Americans from around the world, have brought more than half of the number that Joe Biden brought home in 4 years?
Could this clash be the beginning of a bigger power struggle in the media landscape? Stay tuned, because things are far from over. The political stage is evolving, and every move these figures make will send shockwaves through the public. We're just getting started, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and keep watching, because this drama is far from finished.